Hey guys, this is Eddie, and I got me here a Char-Broil 2-burner gas grill, and I'm going to assemble this for you today so you guys have a better understanding of how it goes together, because sometimes it's easier to watch a video than it is to follow the instructions. Anyways, if you've ever watched some of my instructional videos, you'll know that I like to lay everything out so I know where everything is. So when I'm going through the instructions, I can easily look over and see what parts they're talking about. So I got my panels over here, my base is right here, some side panels, not sure what that is yet, but I'll figure it out. The burner itself, you know, the whole top of the gas grill. It's just a 2-burner, I didn't need anything big, so I just got this. Wastes less gas, you don't have to heat up as much of the grill. So I figured it's a nice little unit. All the nuts and bolts and hardware is labeled nicely out back here. It tells you exactly what you're gonna need. You just it's got perforated cardboard back here. You just poke your holes through each one. If it says it needs an H times 1, and you just bust it through. That's what you're looking for. It's pretty easy, you know, get out the wheels. Actually, these casters probably are the best looking casters I've seen on a gas grill. Usually they have a dual wheel caster system. They're all just plastic. These are galvanized steel, so looks pretty heavy duty to me. Nice little unit. So let me put this together for you. Like I said, I got everything laid out, all my panels and everything, and I'm going to go through this step by step and see if I can help you put yours together. All right, so I got out my parts list, and I wanted to make sure I had everything, and everything is in the box. All right, step 1, we're going to install these caster fenders. One here, one on the other side, and we're going to use screw A, which is 12 of them. Okay. What's nice about this setup too is it tells you the cart assembly, side shelf assembly, regulator hose clip assembly. Just tells you what all the parts in here are for. Firebox, tank assembly. So that's kind of a cool feature. It helps you determine, you know, what screws or hardware you're going to need on which part of the assembly you're working on. All right, so they say when installing the casters, use this pin. It was in the kit as well. All right, it was actually B for the caster assembly. Okay, and it tells you to put this pin in so that you can tighten the nut on each of the casters. Because when you look at the casters, this nut spins, but if you're trying to tighten it with the wheel, it's not going to be able to spin. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So say you're trying to tighten these casters, it's turning in, right? You're tightening it down, tightening it down, tightening it down, but it's going to get to a point where you can't tighten it anymore. All right. So what you do is you take this pin and see all these little holes here. See that pin? Okay, up in here. It's kind of hard to do this with the camera and everything, but see if I can get it. All right, see, so you stick it in there like that so that you can turn the caster now and tighten that nut. Okay, so basically you just put it in there, you tighten the caster, you're done. All right, so look at that, nice and tight. I'll do the other 4 casters, the other 3 casters, and we'll go from there. And don't mind my garage. I just emptied out my storage unit, and it's kind of a mess right now, so apologize. Whatever. All right, so basically I get the pin in again. I'm just tightening down the next one. This will be the last one I show you. Okay, you're just snugging it with your hands, and you just pull the pin out. There, your caster's in. There's 2 done. Piece of cake, right? All right, so all 4 casters are on. Keep in mind, I I walk through these steps just like you would, and I make mistakes just like you would. And I noticed that the locking casters go where your little plastic covers are that you put on before. So make sure that those go there so that you can lock your wheels so the grill doesn't move around. But they do go out front. All right, so I'm gonna put on the sides, and it's telling me that these sides with the vents, okay, as you can see, this piece here is set back. All right, I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. I got my two sides up here, okay. I got it sitting on top of the base. I got my caster covers out in front of me. I mean, out to the front, so that that's the way it shows it in the picture. So your caster covers are out front, all right? And this piece here is set back, unlike, as you can see on the other side, it goes all the way to the end of the sheet metal. So you want this set back to be out in front. Does that make sense? Hope so. All right, and you're gonna use a couple of screws down the base here on either side. And I believe it's gonna tell me that they're C's, and you have 12 of them. And this is the cart assembly, okay? So we're gonna use C's in the cart assembly because they do have C's in the side shelf assemblies, but we're actually doing a cart, so let's use those. All right, so I did get all the screws in the base here, and I'm just going to tighten them. If I wasn't holding a camera in one hand, it'd be going a lot quicker. But anyways, okay, so we're going to be installing this upper piece here. It's the door frame for the front of the grill. As you can see, there's a magnet on both sides, but you have two sets of inserts here for your threaded screws, and you also have one back there in the center. The front of your grill is where when they're up top. So this is going to fit in like just like this, and I'm just going to install the screws. Okay, so your magnet's facing out. I know there's two sides to it, but you want your door to recess in. All right, I'll show you when I'm done. And you're going to use the C4 screws, same ones we used for the wall. Well, I mean, we're going to use the C screws. There's 4 of them. I'm just threading those in by hand. I'm telling you, they're kind of a bitch to get in there. I mean, my hands aren't that small, but they're a little tight to get in there. But it can be done, no problem. And I'll just tighten those up. All right, so we're going to install this bar assembly, just a T-bar. And again, we're going to use the C screws for the cart assembly. All right, I got them right here. What's nice about this one is you can start the top ones all right, because they have these holes here where you can just slide the screw right in there and then slide it down, and then you'll have to spread the opposite side a little bit to get that one in. And there, that bar's in. I'll put in the lower screws, and that'll be all set. So far, so good. Here's a little tip too that sometimes it can screw people up. When you're putting in multiple screws, say like on this piece here, don't put one screw in first and tighten it all the way down, because you'll have a hard time putting the other screws in because you can't move the panel anymore. Same thing with like the bottom panel here. don't put one screw in and tighten it down all the way. Put all the screws in first. Put them in by hand. You can tighten them down a little bit, but don't snug them down yet. Make sure that panel can move so you can get the other screws in. All right, so we're gonna put the door together, okay, with the handle and the door. You can tell the door because it has hinges and 2 holes. Okay, handle's gonna go there, and you're gonna use D, E, and F, which again is in the cart assembly. D, E, and F. All right. So let's assemble this. What it is, you got a screw, a regular washer, and then a lock washer. Or let me see what's in there, and then I'll let you know. Yes, so it's the screw, you get your lock washer, and then your washer. Assemble it on the screw like that. So your lock washer is first, and then your flat washer is second. Because you want your lock washer to stop the screw from backing out. That's the whole idea of a lock washer. Okay, so we're gonna put the door on. And basically what they're doing here is, if you can see, they're telling you to put a screw in each of the lower holes on the door side where your magnet is, all right? Your hinge side would be the opposite side of the magnet because you got 2 magnets for your door. All right, you get that? You see that? There's a magnet here, and there's a magnet there. You put the 2 lower screws in each one of the hinges, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the door and you're gonna pull the hinges out like that, and see how it's opened at the bottom? You're gonna slide the door in, and it's gonna slide down, and then you'll be able to put the other 2 screws in, the top ones in, and snug it down, and your door will be in. And you use the screws for the cart assembly, okay? All right, I wanna show you how it's done. It's gonna be tough to do this with one hand because I gotta line up both top and bottom screws. So let me just get the bottom one in first. Ooh, and I did it. Okay, that's all I did. I slid it in, and now I can put in the other 2 screws, and then snug all 4 once I'm done. And there you have it. The door closes. It's got the magnets, so it's tight to open. Nice. Not a bad rig for $200. It's a small grill, but it'll work. There's only 2 of us here. Kids are in and out all the time, so if they want something, they can throw it on the grill themselves. All right, this says you have to have 2 people to do this, but I mean, it's not that heavy. But if you need 2 people to do it, use 2 people. We're just going to be taking the top, lowering it on to the base, and then we're going to be using screw C for firebox assembly. All right, there we go, screw C. Okay, looks pretty easy. And these tabs sticking out here is where they're gonna assemble onto the grill. There's one there, one there. So that's where the screws go. And to give you a better view of that, you get 4 tabs, and there's 1 on each side of the grill. So let's install that, and we'll get it going. Last one in, then you can snug them because they're all in, they're all started, and they're good to go. Alright, so this one's interesting. They want you to put a clip and tie the hose, or clip the hose to the side of the grill, and I was trying to figure out where it goes in the picture here, but I figured it out here, and this will kind of be a shortcut for you guys. When you're looking at the grill, obviously this is the front. You have a hole right inside the door, the front door there. All right. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your clip, from the regulator hose clip assembly, step 9. All right, step 9. So you're gonna just install this nut, clip, and screw in there and hold the hose up against the wall. Basically, you know, in here. Maybe you can see a little bit better here. Clip it, and then you install it against the wall there. Screw head will go outside so that the nut won't look crappy on the outside. I'll show you when I'm done. All right, there, as you can see, it's nice and snug up against the wall, just the way they stated it. And the screw head's on the outside. Okay, we're going to put on the side shelves in the brackets. As you can see in the pictures, the ledge of the bracket goes outwards. So in other words, obviously that's the short end from where the screws go in. Stuff's really slippery. Yeah, so that's how it goes. The ledge goes towards the outside, so the bracket goes underneath the shelves. All right, so you're also going to be using the screws C, which are in the kit here under side shelf assembly. All right, and we'll install those and we'll go from there. Okay, so I got the brackets on. That's all set. All right, it's telling you we're gonna be using the J's and the G's. So it's a step bolt, which they already have some here, where these little notches slide into those bolts. I'll show you. All right. So basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna see that opening there? You're gonna slide it down over that bolt I just showed you. This one here, and just kind of just lock into place. And then basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the screw in the nut in the bottom hole. All right, so let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so basically you're gonna take this, put both slots, and then hang it right on the grill like that. It's all set. It's done. Now that's all you do is you line up the bottom hole and put the nut. That's that step bolt, all right? That's gonna go here. And then I'm just gonna tighten it from the back side, and we'll be all set. Make sure your end table can slide up and down like that, because that's what you want. You don't want to tighten the screw up against the table. All right. So basically, what you have now is you can lift the table up and just put it down like that. And it's out of your way. And you want to set it back up. Just bring it up, set it back in. There you go. Piece of cake, right? That's what I say, piece of cake. Now we'll put it on the other side. Okay, so we're gonna put our burners in. I mean, not our burners, our burner deflectors, our heat deflectors. All right. They have these little tabs on one side. Those go towards the front. As you can see here, you just slide right in there. It just hangs out, and it just hangs out on that ledge back there. So 2 tabs go forward. slide right in. And the back just sits like that. And then now we can put the grates in. As you can see, little loop in the grate like this goes towards the front. The bigger grate goes on the left side. So basically just gonna set it down here, and it just rests on the ledge on both sides. Piece of cake, right? That's what I'm saying. Piece of cake. I was hoping for stainless steel grates, but these will do for now. The cast iron ones are okay. The food just tends to stick to them, depending on what you're cooking. So that's the way that looks. And we're gonna put in the second shelf now above it. And I'm sure this is gonna hook to the door. All right, so this is a little tricky, not too bad. The silver hooks go right in that little insert right there. There's one on both sides. So let's see if I can do this. Oh, videotaping here. Taping by videoing. Let me see if I can do it. I think we're gonna have to put the top in first, into the holes, into the cover. And then these here, you're gonna have to bend them in a little bit, tweak them. There. Hey, what do you always say? Piece of cake, right? Look at that, nice. So when your stuff's cooking, you get some stuff ready, a couple of hot dogs, a couple of burgers, throw them up there when you're ready, cook the rest of the stuff. Good to go. Huh? Huh? How's that? Pretty nice, huh? All right, don't forget the little battery for the igniter. Unscrew this baby. All right. The positive side is going to go in the cap because there's a small spring at the base for the negative. So tighten that up. Making noise. There we go. See it? Igniter's working. Okay, that's all squared away. All right, now we're gonna put it in that drip tray, and that's about it. The drip tray catcher. This is the drip. This goes underneath the whole thing, so all the grease goes in there. Comes out this little hole. This little doohickey here sits over there, catches it all, and then this is a shield that fits on the front here. So let's see here. See? Shield, tank assembly. Step 15. Right there, baby. Alright. So let's just put this on. As you can see in the picture, it's like this. You got two little holes. Want to make sure this is the right way though. No, it's the right way because in the picture it shows the ledge. So this is the way it goes. This goes like this. Now that goes underneath. We'll have to bolt that in. Or maybe we don't have to bolt it in, because you know why? There's no more hardware. So maybe this just slides in on those little rails out back. So let's check it out. Okay, so basically the larger end goes out back, and the shield that shields the tank from the heat goes towards the front. And it's gonna slide right into this assembly. And And I believe you go right to the top. To the top of the assembly with those two slides. Go right on top of those. Don't try to go in between. Slides right in. Locks into place. Alright. Grab your little drip tray here. Drip catcher. And voila. It's all done. Put some gas in there. Fire it up. And cook some chicken. Cook some chicken, baby. That's it. So I hope this video helped you guys. Wasn't too bad. Could have been a lot worse, right? I could have showed you every step by step instead of shutting the camera off in between steps here. But not a bad little rig. And you got any questions or comments, leave them in the box below, and I'll be happy to answer for you. But take care, guys. Trying out the new grill, guys. Got some turkey burgers on there right now. Pretty cool. If you look at the top of this grill, it's got like an insulating plate. So when you close the top, I mean, this sucker was got like 450 degrees right there, right? And this thing, it's not, the top's not 400. I mean, you'd see my fingerprints there if it was 400 degrees. So it's pretty cool. Most of the heat comes out back here. And nice little grill. I'm really liking it. So I think it's a step up from my my Weber. That thing's that thing flew off my deck at one time. Wind pushed it right off my deck and flew down the stairs, and holy crap. But it lasted me a good 10 years. Traded in for a smaller version, Char-Broil. Nice little grill. Take care, guys. Update on a new grill, guys. Had a pretty good windstorm the other day, and my grill ended up down the hill here. It was in position where my old grill was, and I got a pretty good sized dent in the thing. Some other damage was back here. You can see it got pretty damaged. The pole got bent there. But all in all, not too bad. It did crack my grate on the inside, so I did have to buy a new grate. But even for that fall down the hill, not too bad. So damage report, insignificant. And the grill still works. Yeah, nice little grill. I like it. Take care, guys.